Hi everyone, Tia here, and for the second day of 12 Days of Christmas Photoshop Edition, I wanted to talk about light and how this is kind of a segue from yesterday's video, since at the end of the video I talked about how I use light reflections to help the image blend into each other. So today I'm trying to blend this Dino here. This is Shaun Ryken contest. He is holding a contest right now with PixelSquid. You can find everything on his IG. And yeah, I just thought, okay, let me give it a try and do both things at the same time. I chose one Dino from the set that he gives away for the contest, and I just used original shot by Shaun Foley. Shaun Foley, yeah, Shaun Foley. This is the original shot. Gaussian blur the shit out of that. I think it's like 70. And then soft light 47%. And yeah, that's my first step, just to feel where colors should be, if you know what I mean, since a lot of this is neon and a lot of this has lights. As you can see, it's 6 p.m. This is the image for today, so I'm a little bit behind, but it's okay, it's no problem. Dino folder, I think I want to do just a levels adjustment layer to try and match the black levels of the background, because something is annoying. With this copy of the original shot, I'm just gonna what? English. Do you know that? No? Okay, me neither. Select this, use the new content aware fill that Photoshop 29 gives us. So yeah, that's not perfect, but it's better. I just have to do this. Oh shit. So Shift F5 for fill, and content aware fill that. So that's gone. Shadow is right here. It just stays where the Dino is going to be, so that should be easy. So let's just grab that color from the shadows, and with a new layer, brush 30%, it's okay. Let me just brush some shadow here. Let it snow. Yeah, it's better. Maybe if I erase here that. Yeah, that is looking much better. Let me try some soft light, maybe. No, it really is not working at all as I wanted it to. So, oh yeah, darken really gives me what I'm looking for. Okay, like that. Yeah, I like that. And let me just put this 80%. It's okay. Now let's go over the top and make a new layer. Now let's clip that mask and let's try to. Oh, shit! God damn it! What? I messed up that. Okay. Yeah. Now, brush tool, 30%, and let's try to use the same color that I used on the ground to try and create the fake shadows. Let me just the soft light. Yeah, soft light really works for shadows and light. I really like it.
And the fire is slowly dying. And my dear, we're still goodbye.
Okay, maybe let's try another thing with the hue saturation layer. Let's click that. Okay. Click that and create two layers, two hue saturation layers. One go to the whites, one goes to the darks. Then invert both masks and with a brush at like 15% and just paint the shadows in. This really works for like shadows like this where everything wasn't like this. The whole area is light and I wanted to make it like dark without messing it up, so I found this being really helpful for that. I don't know, maybe I'm doing everything wrong, but it works for me.
Since we've no place to go.
So now let's go for the light layer, and what the reason I do it like this is if I, after I'm finished, want to, let's say like, so this is the light layer and I want to give it like a blue hue or orange hue. This really helps because I can like put it like this and then go, let's try to find, like I could go here maybe, like somewhere around there, because there's the blue from the actual lights, kinda, more or less, it's that. But yeah, like you can actually find the colors you need and then do the whole thing. I don't know, I found it good and helpful.
And my dear, we're still goodbye. But as long as you love me so, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
I'm on the right path. Okay, this is before and this is after. I really think I'm on the right path, and now let's try to fix the colors just to match a bit more with the background. Now, this is far from being anywhere near good, but let me duplicate this layer and try and see what happens if I do this. Duplicate. Oh yes. Well, let me mask it. Oh yes, yeah. Okay. Oh, that's good. I'm happy with my first take on light over here. So before and after, yeah, I kind of like it. After this, what I would do is mix the light I did here with the floor or the background just so it doesn't look like two completely different pieces. Okay. So make it really dark right near him, and this really helps to create a realistic shadow because you have layers to your shadows, and for me it really makes it feel like it's real.
And my dear, we're still.
Oh shit, no, not there. Oh my god. Control Z, new thing. I want to get used to it, but I'm really thinking of like putting it back to how it was, even though I always said it sucked. So yeah, there's that. Something you can do also is make it. Oh shit, that's not what I was trying to do. Make what happened? Okay. Make a new layer. Create a flat image of everything, and with the brush on soft light you can actually just do the same thing you would do if you created a new layer and do everything in the new layer and then put it on soft. It depends on your workflow. One thing that I really like to do is with the brush tool, with like, I don't know, like 6, 7, from 5 to up to 12 pixels, 30% of opacity. Go over here, select some neon lights. So what I would do, it's like, okay, select this white because it's a white from the image. Press X to change the background and foreground colors, and then select the color that you want for the neon. And okay, and go with the white first. Let's go like here so I can show you. Let's say this is eliminated by some magic whatever. There's a lot of light there. Let's try this soft. Yeah, maybe the soft brush works a bit better. It depends on the definition of your subject, definition of the image itself. So yeah, you have the white laid down, and then you press X to the color you want to make your actual light. And my camera died, so fuck that. But yeah, you can still see it. Like, and just go back and forth with the white and then the blue and then the white and then the blue and then the white, and blend it. And from afar, it kind of looks like it's because of that whatever this is happening. And I like it. I like the effect. I like how it feels with the overall image. I don't know about you, but like this looks good. Not good, but you know what I mean. It's not terrible. But yeah, that's basically what I do. Okay, so first of all, choose the background or whatever you're doing. Why do I have, okay, the feet aren't there. Okay, sorry. So yeah, start by the background. This is by Shaun, and then I'm using a Dino as main subject because why not? I used levels adjustment layer to try and match both the subject and the background. Then with the original photo, Gaussian blur the shit out of that and use that as a color grading starter. So soft light 47, it really works from 10% up to 50%. It really depends on what image you are using. Then after that, after you have the first take on color, the first take on where the light should go and what your main subject is, you start by grounding it. So by grounding it, I mean do the shadow where they stand. So that's this here, and then after that you start doing things. So let's go back. So after that, you can either start by shadows or by lights, whatever. So with the same color here in the clipping mask or whatever you prefer to work with, just try to match the shadows of the feet of your subject or whatever it's touching the ground of the background, just so it feels real. And then you can do my technique with the hue saturation layer for the light and the hue saturation layer for the shadows, and just paint them on. There's a lot of ways you can do that. You can do that with levels, you can do that even with curves, you can do that with basically anything. But yeah, I really like the hue saturation technique, because if I really felt like it, I could even like change the tint of the shadows, if you may, or the tint of the lights, and that's really cool. Yeah, just a color balance layer to balance the colors and to make them feel like they belong. And then this is a try and error thing. Like, I don't do this every time, but yeah, you can use the original shot again with the Gaussian blur and try to use it as color grading again. And yeah, from there it's refining, really. It's just a bunch of layers with brushing on it. Usually I either use normal as blending mode or overlay or soft light. One thing that I really like to do at the end of a piece like this, oh shit, that's my tablet. At the end, for a glowing neon piece, what I would do is with a 0% hardness brush, I would select color from the neon, go over here, change the blending mode to color dodge, and color dodge the shit out of that. And yeah, I really make it pop and look like it's alive. It's really cool. It's a really cool technique that I picked up from whatever pops up in the screen, because I really don't remember his name right now. I think it's like Ross. Yeah, Ross is an amazing artist. He does digital drawings, and yeah, you probably know him. But yeah, that's another thing that you can do. You can also do something that I'm going to do right after I finish this. That's camera raw filter. If you're using Photoshop 2019 or 2018, you will have camera raw. And camera raw is really good because you can change everything. So if you blend everything first, this doesn't work if you do it after. So first you blend, first you do the first layers of light, and then you go to camera raw. Because if you look here, if I bring the highlights up, it already looks like there's neon going on with the dinosaur. So yeah, you can even change the colors because everything is blended already, so it just is going to work and feel like it belongs there. You can maybe like use some highlights with a brush adjustment tool and do some highlights on the neon areas. You can even like do with adjustment brush tool, do like shadows. You can do everything here. One thing that I really like to do is with the gradient tool or graduated filter tool, create like how do you say this? Gradients with colors that, how do you say this? What are you called? This is weird. Complementary colors, yeah. So you can do that. You can create a graduated filter, Jesus, with a complementary color to make the main subject pop, like I don't know if this feels weird. Like maybe now because it's not mixed in or well made, but like this really makes me feel like it's good. Like the main subject is all glowy and blue, and the shadows look yellowish and blue and orange. Yellow it's the complementary color to blue, so it feels like the shadows complement the highlights, and I really like that. So yeah, there's a lot you can do, but usually for after blending, this is the main things that I do, because yeah, that's that. Okay, so I wish I had a camera, but I don't. So yeah, oh god, what just fell? Something fell. I don't know. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed day 2 of 12 Days of Christmas Photoshop edition. And yeah, I will see you tomorrow with something else. I don't know. Okay, goodbye. I just put my hand on my mic because I don't have the camera to tap. Okay, whatever. Bye. Awkward outro.